Hey guys, fall is here and we're gonna make some broccoli cheddar soup. This is our soup series. Happy fall, y'all. This is for our reset, our 7-day reset. We're gonna do it with soups. First, you start with 1 large onion for this broccoli cheddar soup. Super easy to make, and this is so delicious. Who doesn't love broccoli cheddar soup? I don't know. Next is 2 celery ribs. So we're gonna cut those up, and after we cut up the 2 celery ribs, we're going to put it in the Instapot, and we're gonna saute it, the onion and the celery, for about 3 minutes, along with the spices. Oh my gosh. I love soups for so many reasons. You can make a huge pot and then have it a couple times that week. You can also freeze the soups, which I'm gonna show you how to freeze soup. That's right, freeze individual servings. So on one of those days where you're like, oh, there's nothing warm and hearty to eat. Well, but wait, there is in my freezer some delicious soup. Now we're gonna put this all in the Instapot. Let's see if I can balance this. Add a little bit, let me first add a few drops of water, okay? So that it doesn't burn on the bottom. Now we're gonna put in the spices, and the spices that we're going to add are 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt or to taste, and 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Okay, we're gonna do this for about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're gonna stir in the garlic. And I use, as you guys know, it's garlic in a jar. It's garlic in a jar, garlic. So after we get done doing this, we're going to put the garlic in for about 1 minute. Let that go for a little bit longer. While it's doing that, I am going to cut up the potatoes. It's gonna call for 3 cups of Yukon diced potatoes. How's your fall going? You ready for a reset? I know I am. And soup is a great way to start it. These Instapot soups, I'm gonna make a series of 3. We're gonna do the potato cheddar, which is what we're doing right now. Broccoli cheddar, sorry. But potato is the base. And then we're gonna do a split pea soup. True confession, I did not like split pea soup before I went plant-based. I don't even think I had it. It just sounded disgusting. Now, it's one of my favorite soups. So delicious. You could pair these soups with a warm, crusty piece of bread, sourdough bread. You could pair it with a salad, pretty much anything you want. You could have it by itself. I mean, it is just delicious, nutrient-packed, and great for weight loss. Kind of eyeballing this to see if I've got 3 cups of potatoes. I'm gonna do 3 carrots diced up, and 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. That gives it the cheesy flavor. And I usually just get my nutritional yeast from Amazon. It's the Bragg nutritional yeast. We're also doing plant-based milk. This is the milk I make. It's oat. It's a cup of plant-based milk. So for the carrots, I'm not even gonna peel them. I just wash them so they're good to go. We're just gonna slice it up. It doesn't matter how much you really slice it up, because in the end, I'm gonna use an immersion blender to blend it before adding the broccoli. Just try to get pieces so they cook consistently. If you don't have an Instapot, I highly recommend you get one. You can go to secondhand stores, but they're pretty inexpensive right now. Best investment, one of the best ones I've made. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let me check on the saute. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, it smells so good, looking good. We're gonna do 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm just gonna do 4 tablespoons of garlic, of the jarlic, if you will. You can never have enough garlic, in my opinion. I love garlic. All right, put that in. We're gonna let that saute about 1 more minute. We're going to now put in 4 cups of water or vegetable broth. I'm doing water. If you don't think it has enough flavor at the end, the best way to add salt to a meal is at the very end when the meal's on the table. You know, they always say remove the salt shaker from the table, but that's not true. At the end, if it needs a little bit of salt, just put it on when you're at the table. But we've got so many delicious spices going here, I doubt you're gonna need any extra. So now we're gonna add half a cup of nutritional yeast, or as I like to call it, nooch. And then we're gonna do a cup of plant-based milk, soy, oat milk, or almond milk, any of those will do. Go ahead and put that in. Okay, now for the potatoes and carrots. Wow, that's looking great. I put the potatoes in and the carrots. I used to buy broccoli cheddar soup all the time. And if you make it non-plant-based, there's a lot of fat in it. And it tastes delicious. This tastes just as good, but with none of the fat, and it's actually good for you. And it'll help you lose weight if you want to lose weight. Okay, now we have everything in. Let me give it one more little stir. Now we're gonna put the lid on, and we're gonna put it on high pressure, and we're gonna cook it for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes, and it's going to naturally slow release, okay? That's it, easy peasy. Now we're gonna use the immersion blender. We're gonna blend it before we put the broccoli in. This is fun. I'm stirring the cauldron. I think we've got it mixed up pretty darn good. All right, so now we're gonna pour in, do like 3 to 4 cups of broccoli. The broccoli I get is from Costco, and it's in the frozen section. It's organic broccoli, one of my big secrets, not really a secret, but it's 4 pounds, and they're individual. So there's a pound, 4 individual packages of broccoli florets, organic, super inexpensive. Costco does not tell me to do this. I'm not a paid spokesperson for Costco. Oh my goodness, does that not look delish? Look at that. That broccoli cheddar soup. Oh, best part, I get to taste it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Holy cheddar soup. You guys have to try this. Broccoli cheddar soup, yum. Let's get the crusty bread in here. Oh my gosh. Right on a Sunday, how wonderful is this? Watching football, watching a movie, having some delicious healthy soup that's not gonna clog your arteries. Sweater weather, soup's on, let's go. I'm gonna share with you guys something really cool I did last year in the fall. So what I did was I put the soup, if you even have any leftovers, but let's say you live alone, or you're the only person that maybe likes that kind of soup, or you're like me, you're making 3 soups in a day, and you don't wanna have broccoli cheddar and split pea and potato soup every day. So what I do is I put it in a silicone container like this. I'm gonna put a link to some of the containers below. There's better ones than this, but this one's great too. But there's ones where they have individual size cubes. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna freeze it for a few hours, and then we're gonna bring it onto the cutting board and tip it over, and it's gonna be a solid rectangle, and you're gonna cut it into 3 servings of soup. It is the coolest thing I've ever done. And then I put it in little bags, and you have individual soup, frozen individual soup. And that way, and you can put a little date on it if you want, it should be fine. But it's such a great thing when you're like, what am I gonna have for lunch today? or what are we gonna have for dinner, or you need to do something really quick, you pull that out, you put it in the microwave, you take it out of the plastic Ziploc bag, and you have soup. You have delicious homemade soup. So this is my tip. This seems crazy to me, but 90% of you who watch these videos aren't subscribed. And I'm about to do a 3-part series on delicious, easy soups. So can you please subscribe so that you're notified as soon as the next soup I make pops up? Thank you so much, I appreciate it. So if you could subscribe, that'd be great, and you'll get notified when a new video posts.